many times can be painful and nobody talks about it. So today we're going to go through the 3 phases. And in this video, I want to find out and help you to see which phase are you in, because until you acknowledge what phase you're in, you can't grow to the next level. Everybody wants to go to the next level, but not everybody wants to deal with the devil on the level that they're dealing with. So today we're going to do that. So first off, I want to say to you, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so that the algorithm can shoot the video to people. Let's get started. So in the first phase, what happens is this is the phase of excitement and thrill and joy. This is the phase where you're in the discovery process of saying, okay, yeah, you know what, I heard about Forex, my friend told me about Forex, I may have seen a video from your Uncle P or somebody else about Forex or trading, investing, whether it's cryptocurrency, stock market, options, whatever it is, because this particular video, these phases that I'm going to talk to you guys about, is not just about Forex traders. This is the journey that all traders or investors go through. And this first phase is the excitement phase. It sounds like a good deal, sounds like something exciting that can happen. Whatever it is, it just seems like, okay, this could be for me. My job is tripping, my mortgage is behind, my rent is behind, I'm having a hard time paying bills, the jobs are closing down. This could be for me. And I see other people doing their thing and I'm excited about it. So you're in the first phase. If this is you and you're just getting started, you're in the first phase of possibility. Write this down, make sure to take notes, because I guarantee you're in one of these phases. And the first phase is always the excitement of possibility. Write that down, possibility. Phase number 1 is possibility. I'm in a moment of feeling like this is possible. This can actually be me. I can actually work from home. I can have the freedom to work from home. I have the freedom to actually just look at some charts, click a few buttons, and make a lot of money. And I can actually provide for my family or build my dreams based off of this new opportunity, whether it's crypto, whether it's Forex, whether it's stock market, whatever it is. I'm excited because it seems like it's a possibility. That's phase 1. Phase 2 still carries over the zeal and excitement. And I'm sorry about the echo, but I'm here at a hotel. And so this is a pretty large conference, so I apologize for the echo. Phase 2 is similar. It still carries the thrill and excitement a bit from phase 1. But now you're in the discovery phase of saying, okay, what is this about? And this is where you start doing your due diligence, you start doing your homework, trying to do, looking at videos to see how does the components work, whether you're looking at the Forex market, okay, what does it take to be a Forex trader? If you want to be in the crypto space, you're trying to see, okay, what are the best cryptos to invest in? Right? What NFTs should I be looking at? If you're looking at the stock market and options, now you're looking at, okay, what does it take to actually trade stocks and options? What platform should I be using? All these different things is now you're doing, watch this, write this down. You're going through the investigation period. Okay? The first phase is possibility. Second phase is investigation. And let me say this. Because this whole thing starts with one major issue. And the major issue is I don't know of too many people who, unless they went to a seminar somewhere, which they don't really have that no more due to COVID, but most of the time, everyone is figuring all this out. How? On their own. Write that down. This is going to be key. This is going to be key. This is going to be key. Okay? Most traders are trying to figure all this out. How? On their own. And that's one of the biggest issues. Okay, but let's get back to it. So in the first phase, again, you're just engaged, you're excited. It looks like a possibility for you. Step number 2, you enter into the phase of investigating. What does it take to be a Forex trader? What does it take to be a crypto investor? What does it take to trade in the stock market or in the options market? How much money do I have to start with? What type of trading platform do I need? What software do I need? What information do I need? And if you take it a step further, okay, I've been following somebody on YouTube. Do they offer courses? If they do offer courses, what kind of courses? Is it some kind of indicators, trading systems? What strategy do I use? And this is where you're going through all these videos, and many of you guys are here now. That's why you're confused. Because what you did was you started in the discovery process, and now you're gathering all this information, all this data, but you're gathering it from 50, 40, 100 different sources. And each one seems to have their own way, style, saying this is the best way, that's the best way. And you not knowing any better, you're compiling all this, and now you're trying to consolidate all this information into a possible way for you to make money online. And there's no clear definition or way of saying this is conclusive the way that you should do it. Because every video you go to seems to have their own way, their own style, their own trading system, their own logic, their own philosophy on how they made it. And to a new person coming into this arena, it can be confusing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But you still got what? Possibility pushing you forward. So because of possibility, you're trying to separate the wheat from the, as the Bible says, the wheat from the tare. In other words, you're trying to separate what do I think is good information versus what I think I don't need. What is going to be a good trading system for me and what isn't. So you're trying to, you gathered all this stuff together, but now you're trying to figure out which parts of this do you need, which parts don't fit you. Problem is, you've never done it before. So while you're sifting through this, you don't know whether you're getting rid of the good information you actually needed and keeping the bad. You don't know. Because oftentimes the bad information is packaged up looking as good. But if you don't know any better, you will accept it as good, not knowing that actually that was the bad information, but the one that you thought was bad information was actually the one you needed. But you don't know, loved one, you don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. So I'm constantly going through it, constantly going through videos. I'm subscribing to channels. So they told me to subscribe and like the channel. Uncle P even said subscribe and like the channel. And so every time I do a video, it'll pop up. And so, but here's what I did. I did it for all 50 people whose channel I've been watching. All 50 of them. So I got Uncle P, I got this one, I got that one, I got this, and this, and I got all of them. And they're all doing videos each week, and they're popping up. And so therefore, I got my notepad out. I'm trying to figure out which one got the best information, but then Uncle P says to do this, but this person says to do it this way, and this one said to do it this way, and this one said to do it this way. I know there's a possibility, but which one is for me? And in your discovery phase, you're getting confused. Stage 2 is dangerous. I'm gonna say it again. Stage 2 is dangerous. Why is stage 2 so dangerous? Because in stage 2, it sets the tone for all other future moves in your journey. And if you get it wrong in stage 2, it's hard to undo the damage. I'm gonna repeat what I just said. If you get it wrong in stage 2, it's hard to undo the damage. So now we move on and you say, okay, I think, here's what I said. I think I'm gonna try this. And so you narrow it down after all those 100 subscriptions and all these different things. And you say, okay, I think I'm going to try this one because it's the shiniest of all the objects. It looks the sexiest. I think this one's it. He showed me a Lamborghini. I think I'm going to go with that one. So we tend to go with what's the shiniest because where's that coming from? It's based on what we originally had in mind from the beginning, possibility. I think I can get out of my financial rut through this mechanism called trading. And then from there, I gathered all this data, but in the end, I really don't know which one is the right one. So I'm gonna go with the shiniest one. And that's the person with the Lamborghini or the this or the that, and they're showing me that they succeeded doing XYZ. So I'm going to go with them. And you begin. And there's your journey. You move on into step phase number 3. Phase number 3 is now where you're asking yourself, after bumping your head, write this down. You've bumped your head a little bit, but you're trying again. Why? Because possibility and your discovery process said, okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and dive on in. We've done all this. Let's go ahead and give it a try. And you get in there, and it seems not to be exactly the way it was for the ones who saw it. But you haven't given up yet. You say, well, okay, well, maybe the shiny Lamborghini one, maybe that's not my style. So you move on to the one who showed you a Ferrari. And then you move on to the one who showed you a Porsche. And you keep going through the shiny object process. And you've already subscribed to 100 plus people with 100 plus trading opportunities and trading styles and this and that. And so you're just systematically now going one by one by one, but there's something that's happening the whole time. You remember in the step number 1, phase number 1, possibility? Now you're in the phase, is this possible for me? Because I've seen it work for others, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Oh, loved one, this is the truth. This is the truth. And nobody wants to talk about it openly. I've yet come to a YouTube video who actually sat down and said anything like this. Because most of the time, they don't want you to hear this part of the story of the journey. And it doesn't have to be bad. I told you, there was something I told you to write down, but we're going to visit that later. And if you're in late, you're going to have to watch it. For those who's watching it now, but the thousands who are watching later, watch it from the beginning, because I dropped a seed that caused all of your downfall from the very beginning. And if you didn't catch it, you missed it. But I'm going to come back to it towards the end. So now you're in phase 3 and things don't seem to be working out. That possibility has now transformed from possibility to doubt. And now that you're in the doubting phase, you don't want to give up, but you're not sure no more like you were at first. You're not excited like you were. And the longer this goes on, something worse happens to you. And this is the truth. In phase 3, if things didn't work out for you, this is where you're blowing accounts, you're losing money. And if you're married or got a significant other, you keep each week depositing money in your account versus doing withdrawals. But you don't want to say nothing. You can't say nothing to your significant other. You're too embarrassed. You're too hurt. And the longer phase 3 goes on in the wrong direction for you, now it begins to decay your own self-esteem. You no longer say that this trade failed. You begin to say that I failed. You don't say that the markets are a failure. You said, I am a failure. Come on, loved one, this is the truth. The truth, the Bible says the truth will set you free. And most people don't want to tell the truth. That's the problem. They don't want to tell the truth. And this is where you get into the phase, hear me good. This is where you get into the phase where you see a whole lot of people calling others a scam. Why do they do that? Because at some point their faith has been destroyed in the process. And they no longer believe that it is possible. And so when they see somebody else who has done it, they call them a scam. They call them a fraud and a fake. Everybody has to be a fake, because if I didn't make it, how is it possible that somebody else made it? They had to have pulled some kind of trickery and deceit, because it didn't work for me. And if it didn't work for me, it shouldn't have worked for anybody else. So everybody's a scam. Now keep in mind, there are plenty of scammers out there who took advantage of your phase one, the excitement and possibility. And I'm going to get to the reason, the root cause of all of this in a bit, and why scammers have the ability to get you. Because I said it, but you didn't hear it. I dropped the nugget of truth, but you didn't hear it. But I'm going to take you through the phases and bring you right back to the root cause of all of this. Trust me, how do I know? Because I've been through these phases at least 1 billion times myself. So I ain't one of those who's trying to do a video based on some hypothesis of everybody else and see if I've always been successful and if you should have done it, I did it. No, I'll be sitting here lying. If I'm sitting here lying, the truth of the matter is I know exactly what I'm talking about because I've been through it probably more times than you. I've been through the phases. And stage 3 is the worst of them. It's like a person who gets COVID. In the beginning, they may have just got a little headache or a cold. Next, their chest start tightening. And then the longer they have this COVID disease, and for some people, they ended up in the hospital on a respirator. See how it just intensified the longer it went on unchecked and untreated. It got worse. And so in this phase that we're talking about here, this is the phase where many of you are. You're in the hospital on a respirator of non-belief anymore. However, there's still a percentage in your head, a small seed in your head that says, but it's possible. And this is faith. Like the Bible says, if you have faith like the grain of a mustard seed, all you need is just a little. You got 90% doubt now in phase 3, but you still got 10% still saying, but it's possible. You done told yourself so many times, I'm going to quit. I ain't doing it no more. I'm out. This is fake. It ain't real. Possibility is impossible. Mission impossible. That's the truth of where you're feeling. And so you quit. And then a month later, here you go, online, researching again, another way to get back in. Because there's a seed in your back of your head that says, but it is possible. Because I can see it being possible. But the process of getting there has destroyed my faith. Come on, loved one, this is the TRUTH. Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's the truth. These are the phases of a real trader. It's about your faith. It's about your belief. It's about, is this possible? I've got burned, I've lost money, I got scammed, I did this, I did that, I did everything, and I'm still not there. What am I doing wrong? Now you're self-sulking, you're putting yourself down, you're self-defeating, your thoughts are negative. And here's the deepest problem about every Forex, stock market, options, cryptocurrency trader for the most part. Now there's a few who don't fit. So if you don't fit, no worries. But for most, here's the problem. It's just you and that laptop computer or that desktop computer or on your phone. It's just you and it. And you looking at them charts and you making your interpretation, you get some information, you making your interpretation, and the whole time this is all going on alone. Like a man dealing with pornography issues. He can be the CEO of a top 500, Fortune 500 company. But no matter how many meetings he attends, no matter how many speeches he do, his secret sin is done in secret. He don't want nobody to know. And when things don't work out, he don't tell nobody. He's slick and sneaky. It's all by himself. And that's the same way a Forex trader, stock market trader, crypto trader, they're all the same. It's the same thing. It's all just you by yourself. In the midst of your chaos. Because oftentimes when you get involved into something like this, your significant other doesn't know exactly what it's all about. You just told them that you're going to try this endeavor and going to succeed. You really didn't tell them how you were going to do it, because guess what? You weren't sure yourself. So you promised them, oh yeah, this is going to work out, and watch that, and I'm going to succeed in this and that. And now that you're failing, you can't tell them that you're failing, because they sit up there asking, how's it going? Oh, it's going good. You just praying and hoping they don't ask for details. Oh, this is good. You just hoping and praying they don't ask for details. So you keep lying to them. Oh yeah, everything going good. Or it's just, yeah, I'm moving right along. I'm just, and once they walk out the room, tears are dripping from your eyes because you feel so defeated. And now you become a liar. And the longer this phase goes on, phase 3 goes way deep into many more phases, but we're just going to leave it in phase 3. Phase 3 is deep. Because if you don't succeed in your first month or two, it starts chewing away at your faith and belief. First in yourself, in the systems, in the whole thing, and in mankind, period. You believe everybody is no good, and you believe nothing works for you. And then you start consuming on yourself, saying, I don't think that it's meant for me. Well, maybe this ain't for me. Well, maybe every time, and now you're starting to believe, well, you know, God, I just really that maybe just a freaking failure. Maybe I'm never going to succeed in anything. And look at how you're self-mutilating. And as soon as the significant other walks in the room, you dry your eyes real quick and say, yeah, it's going real good. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. And they walk out the room and you. And this thing has led you into depression, low self-esteem. The pain is so intense because you had phase 1 in your heart, a possibility. Phase 2, you did all this research and homework. Phase 3 is eating you up because you're not succeeding. And now you're cascading down the emotional mountain of pain and doubt. And you wonder why most people don't talk about this phase. And they don't want nobody to know. I don't know of a person who has succeeded in anything great who has not went through these phases. Yeah. Nobody tells this truth. But I told you there was an issue from phase 1 that most people failed at. Remember I told you that? Remember I told you there was something in your very first step that caused you to move forward into failure before you even got started. You just didn't know. Remember I told you that I said that almost every trader that I know on the planet across the globe, which I have dealt with many traders across the globe, I've mentored thousands of people over the years, and I know one thing to be true. They all seem to start, watch this, I'm gonna help you out. They all start off, what did I say? Alone. Everything you did from phase 1 to phase 3, majority of it you did what? Alone. That was your first mistake. Let me give you an example. My job happened to that had any significance, even if it's at McDonald's. I worked at food restaurants years ago when I was a teenager. I worked in these food restaurants, Taco Bell and everything else and blah, 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 which by the way, my brother actually, funny stories, no, this is the truth. One of the jobs I worked at was at Taco Bell. And my manager was a lady. And my brother used to come and pick me up. My oldest brother used to come pick me up from work because I was young, still in high school, still in school, right? And so he would come and pick me up after work. But after a while, he stopped picking me up and he started picking up my boss. This is the truth. This is the truth. He picked us, and they're still married, going on 30 years now, or something like that. I got 3 nephews and no, 4 nephews, 4 nieces and nephews out of that. They're still married today. He married my boss, who was working at Taco Bell at the time. But here's the point. When I went there to work, and they put me onto the floor, they still put me with a mentor. And I didn't just get back there and they say, okay, well, I'm gonna hand you some instructions. Here's how you use this pot. Here's how you cook our taco meat. Here's how you cook our beans. And here's how you make our cinnamon twist. Or they don't have cinnamon twist no more. This is how you cook this. They didn't just hand me a manual and a spoon and say, get at it. What they did was they gave me instructions, gave me some training, and then said, I want you to work alongside this person. And for the first month or so, when I came to work, I was working alongside different people who were showing me the ropes. They told me, watch this, what not to do. So when I first got there, it was the same thing. My last job that I actually had, I'm retired now, but my last job that I actually had was in the medical industry. And some of the people who are my students were my coworkers, so there's no lying here. When I went to work at that medical facility to sell medical supplies, they put us through several weeks of training in this big room together. And then they tested us to see if we learned what we were supposed to learn. And after we went through all of that, they put us out on the floor and had us work alongside some people who were successful in their endeavors. The people who were slacking and falling behind, they didn't put nobody out the training. They ever sat with somebody who was slacking. They would always put you next to somebody who was succeeding in the business. Why? Because they didn't want you picking up the bad habits from the slacker. Come on, this is the truth. Even at your job, you know it's the truth. You never put new trainees next to people who are not succeeding. Or else you risk causing the new staff to pick up the bad habits from the people who are not succeeding. So you would always put them next to people who are hitting their targets and exceeding the business and whatever it is, and you will put them next to them so that they can learn good habits to ensure success. Because if I'm not putting you with somebody who has bad habits and I'm putting you with somebody who has got good habits, good work ethic, their production numbers are high, and I put you with them, chances are their good behavior is going to rub off and you will succeed too. This is the truth. And some of you guys, you came out the gate learning from people who did not succeed, but you didn't know it because they put on a good video and packaged themselves. And because you didn't know no better, you went it alone, believing what they said. And that's how you come out phase 3 talking about everybody's a scammer. No, not everybody is. It's just that you went for the shiny object. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because the shiny object of their video appealed to your possibility of what you had in mind. Not the actual journey itself, but it appealed to your lust for success. And so you went for the shiny object. And the shiny object ain't so shiny. And neither is your dream of succeeding anymore either. You see, this is the truth of the journey. And I've read books on it where authors have sold millions of copies and they're real popular, but not a single one ever talked about this. And yet this is exactly what most Forex traders, stock market traders, and guess what? New crypto traders, the crypto market got slapped left and right. Look at a video I did about a month ago. And I showed you guys the charts when Bitcoin was at 58,000. Go back and look at my videos. I didn't take that video down. It's still there. About a month ago, month and a half ago, whatever it is, I showed y'all. I said, I believe that Bitcoin may do a retest, but that thing is going down. And now, On Friday, it was at 38 or 37,000. Who would have believed that would happen? And people didn't believe me. But see, the truth of the matter is, I know what I was talking about. I know what I was seeing. That's why I warned you guys. But see, you keep dealing with the shiny object people. She knew it's going to 10 million coins. It's going to Bitcoin is going to 100,000. Not saying that it won't, but it ain't going now right now. But see, your energy from phase one is saying, yes, I believe. I believe. And you put all your money by the shiny object versus just solid information. And now you're in phase three. Stripped of your zest and zeal and excitement for what you thought could happen. See, the Bible says the truth will set you free. I said if I wrote that Bible, I would add something extra. I would say the truth will set you free if you believe it. When you accept the truth for what it is, then it can set you free. As long as you're under the umbrella of what you think can happen, you won't accept it. And some of you guys are now in so much pain. You've cried even over the weekend. You didn't tell nobody, but you cried over the weekend. You're not excited about trading. The charts have intimidated you now. You're scared to trade. But this 10% in the back of your head still says, but it's possible. And here's the truth. It is possible. But the way you're going about it, it's not going to make it possible. So then, Uncle P, if that's all true, then what did I actually need from the beginning? I've been saying it the whole time, loved one. You needed mentorship. You needed guidance. Remember I told you when you go to this job, they sit you with a person who has succeeded in what you're attempting to do. Why? Because they want you to learn the good habits of the successful person, and they never sit you with a person who's struggling to failure with their foot out the door. They don't know it yet, but they're 2 weeks from being fired. So they won't ever sit you with that person. They will always sit you with the person who has success under their belt so that you can learn the ropes, what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. Now let's take it a little step further, because that's all good on that end. And here's the truth. The shiny object people, they were completely wrong for what they did. Let me tell y'all this. I just discovered this week about somebody from Canada or wherever they are, who's trying to actually use our company logo and this and that to try to promote selling Bitcoin, or we'll transform you, we'll do payouts for you. If you invest XYZ number of dollars, then guess what? We'll pay you. We'll do payouts every week. And this scam of a scam of a person, I actually contacted them and they said, well, how much you gonna pay me to stop using your company name? So trust me, when I say I know they're there, they're there. And let me say this as a caveat. I have never and never will ask you, hey, put this amount of money into my hands and trust me that I'm gonna flip it for you and give it back to you. I have never done that. And I never will. So I'm not saying, oh, this is super easy. And if you invest $10,000, $5,000, give me $250, give me $500, and I'll flip on you and pay you. You know goodness well that ain't me. I will never do that. I'm all about educating people so that they can become self-sufficient. I ain't asked nuts on all the years that I have been around. Not a single time have I ever said, give me an X amount of money. I don't want your money. I want you to learn how to flip your own. So if you ever see that, you automatically know it ain't me. Are you hearing what I'm saying, loved one? So trust me, I know they're there. But here's the better part. One of the things that has always concerned me years later being in this business, I've traded in the stock market, I've traded in the options market, traded in crypto world, I've invested in real estate, owned restaurant, ran a restaurant, daycare, you name it, I pretty much have done it. And I've always found that I am more successful when I have somebody who I can work alongside with than when I'm trying to do this all on my own. And that's part of the problem. That's the biggest problem. Now, let me get to one more thing that actually contributes to your demise. Some of you guys, we can talk about all these other people and what they've done wrong, but we need to really tell the truth about your part too, because you're kind of contributing to the problem. You're contributing to the problem. Here's your contribution. Here's what you do wrong. You're so busy in a hurry trying to make a career out of flipping and making money online until you're too lazy to actually do the work. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This gonna hurt your feelings? Lord, they ain't gonna like what I have to say, Jesus. Tell them anyway. Okay, I'll tell them anyway, but they ain't gonna like it. Okay, you say tell them. All right, I'm gonna tell them. Here's the truth. Truth is you lazy. Let me give you an example. We have thousands of people who have come to Super Easy. Thousands. But do you know how many emails we get every single week from people who says, can you tell me where to find the indicators? Where do I get the indicators from? Did you go through the tutorial steps? It's right in there. When he does his classes, did you go through the tutorial steps? The information is right in there. How do I join the private Telegram group? Did you go through the tutorial steps? The information is in there. See, the problem is you keep buying indicators because you think, oh, I'll just look at it and throw it on my charts and then I'm just off to the races. I don't want I know you offer free classes with your system, but I don't want your classes. I just want to do it on my own. See, you're still in phase one. What did I say? What's the original problem? Independency into an arena you don't understand. That's like you saying, oh, I'm gonna go fight Mike Tyson, but I don't want no boxing coach. Just give me the gloves and I'll handle my business. Oh, I'm finna go into MMA. I'm gonna be an MMA fighter, but I don't want no coaching on how to do it. I'm just gonna jump in the ring with Conor McGregor. And see, the market is so massive and big, it runs over people. It is the Mike Tyson. It is the Conor McGregor or whatever. It is whatever sports person you know that dominates their game. That's what it is. You have to get some education and training into your opponent. What sport do you know where the person came out a champion who didn't have to do a little bit of homework on their opponent? They didn't have to get coaching and training to deal with the opponent. And what you have done, loved one, what you have done, you looked at the indicators, thought, okay, and put charts, didn't want to learn anything. You didn't go through anything. You just slapped it on there and said, okay, I'm gonna do my thing. You didn't look to see what were the rules of using the system. You didn't even look. Why? Because in phase one, you're full of possibility that I can do this on my own. I want to be, watch this. I want to be what? My own boss. And in this arena, that's the problem. You can eventually be your own boss, but you shouldn't be your own boss in the arena that you don't understand yet. Do you see the problem? You are your own boss, but you boss of what? What are you bossing? You don't know what you're doing. And this big monster of a machine has been running over people for long before you were born. And you just gonna wake up, come up in here and just do your thing thinking you're going to succeed without any coaching, mentorship, or guidance? You're your own boss, but that's the problem. Boss, you're causing your own demise. And most traders never ask for help until pretty much they've been beat down so bad. And then when they do ask for help, they're very negative people, very skeptical. So when you say do it this way, now, I don't know, man, well, you only need to do this. Well, but I got these other indicators. I'm gonna add these on into here, and then they mix and match all this stuff because you've been piling all this, and now you got a gumbo pot in your head of information. And when your mentor says do it this way at this time, that ain't what you do. Because you still I'm the boss. I'm the floss boss. And you're still trying to do it your own way. And you fail. And then you blame them. They say, hey, here's the rules of the trading system. You never even found out. Because you just slapped it on your charts, and went on about your way. And when it didn't work out, you called them a scam and you went on and bought another trading system, put it on the charts, rinse and repeat. Fail, rinse and repeat. Fail, rinse and repeat. Fail, rinse and repeat. And now you're so skeptical and full of doubt and anger and resentment and low self-esteem. Part of that is from scammers, but part of that's because of you. And I tell my students all the time, you can never make a full-time career out of something you're trying to make a part-time gig. If you're going to do this thing, then learn how to do it right, or else don't do it at all. Yes, Jesus, I tell anybody that. Either do it right or don't do it at all. I caused a lot of my own pain because I did exactly what I'm saying. Tell the truth and shame the devil. See, it's not something I'm telling you that you did. Almost all traders do the same thing, including me. I was buying indicator after indicator after indicator, and they would even come with a PDF manual. I wouldn't read the PDF manual. I would put it on my chart, slap it on there, take a couple of trades. Here's the dumb thing, not on a demo account. Like, come on, tell the truth. I didn't take the trades on a demo account to test the strategy to see if it worked. I didn't read the PDF. I didn't go to classes. I didn't do anything like they told me to do. I just put it on my charts and did my own thing. Why? Because I'm the boss. I run my own stuff. And as a result, I kept losing on a live account, losing real money when they said start off on a demo account. That was one of the rules. Start off on a demo account until you get the hang of it. Here's how the rules are. Not once did I stop. It looked easy, slapped it on, lost money, buy another one. Looked easy, slap it on my charts, lose money, start over. Looked easy, slap it on my charts, lose money, start over. And while I'm going through this chaotic process, the whole time, my heart was being broken. My self-esteem was under attack. My belief that this is, and here's the key word, here's the key. You went from knowing, okay, there's a possibility, to now wondering, is it possible for me? And that's where many of you guys are now. I heard that it's possible, but my God, is it even possible for me? I've been through so much, not just in this trading stuff, but in my own personal life. And God, I'm wondering, is there ever a turn for me? Is it possible for me? Why does it seem other people get success and I can't? Is it possible for me? I used to believe that it was possible, and that good things can happen in my life. But it just seems like trouble always finds a way to destroy what I believe in. I lost my job. I lost my marriage. I lost custody of the kids. I lost my faith. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I'm angry. I'm cynical. And all of this is because, God, I don't believe no more. I lost my faith. Not just in religion, not just in God, but in anything. And so now I'll just go on, and every video I see, I'm just going to attack it and call him a scammer, because I got to vent on somebody. I got to release this pain on somebody, God, because I don't want to keep releasing it on me. I'm hurt. I even came to this thinking that this was possible, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work. And that's where many of you are. You ain't told nobody. You said nothing. But the words I'm saying on this video is the words I'm speaking to your heart. Me and your heart is talking. So you good at walking around people, and they say, how you doing? I'm blessed. I'm doing well. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I'm all right. I'm good. You know, I'm hanging. I'm all right, bro. You know, I'm good. Yeah, how's that trading going, man? It's all right. It's all good. But your heart is saying you're lying, and I'm tired. I'm tired. And for some of you guys, it's at the point where you're saying, I'm tired of trying. I'm tired. That's the truth. I'm tired. Uncle P, I am tired. What you said today, it's the truth. I'm tired. I'm tired of being nice to people who mistreat me. I'm tired of trying for opportunities that ends up not working out. It seems like as soon as I put my money into the Bitcoin market, because all these videos said that it was going to go to 100,000 or more a coin, and as soon as I put my money in, Bitcoin fell. I mean, am I cursed? Is there a curse on me? That as soon as I touch anything that doesn't turn to gold, it turns to ashes? God, do you not like me? It seems like every time I try something, it turns to nothing. God, are you upset with me? Like I am upset with myself. Phase 3 is painful. Because what phase 3 does, it tests what you believe in phase 1. It puts it to the test. And when the test comes, it don't feel good. That's why the Bible talks about the trial of your faith. Your faith is under attack. Not religious faith. Your faith in possibility. Your faith in saying, I give up. Oh, loved one, I understand. I understand. I've been there too. Can't tell you how many times I wanted to quit. It's part of the reason why I started my own. I found out that a lot of people who I was trying to follow, looking back on it, I can't say that they weren't good. It was just that I couldn't understand what they were saying. They would talk about the Junction channels and they talk about the Elliott wave theories and the this and that and that and this, and it got me lost and I didn't understand. And I was trying to hurry up and make quick profits. See what I'm saying? Quick profits. So when it took some due diligence on things that it was kind of new to me and it required me to study, I wasn't in the studying mood. I was trying to make that money. So it would leave what wasn't shiny and went to go get what was shiny that promised quick profits. That's what I did. And so did you. And looking back on it, the things that weren't shiny, the ones that required me a little bit of effort in studying that weren't shiny, actually were the ones that were true. And if I would have put in enough effort into the ones that required just a little bit of studying versus the amount of time and years and money I wasted buying indicator after indicator, flashy stuff after flashy stuff, I spent more time wasted on things that was not meant for me when I could have just spent a couple of weeks on something that was meant for me. And it just took a little bit of studying. It wasn't but solid information. So I guess the truth of the matter is how long you're going to keep chasing the shiny, because the shiny is destroying your faith. Oh, this is some good stuff. How long you going to keep looking at the videos with the Lamborghinis and the Rolls Royces and the everything else? Not saying they're not what they do. I don't know these people personally, but I do know that some of them, it's full of crap. But it's shiny. And they teach you nothing. Now, some people actually teach you something. Whether it's me or somebody else, if they're teaching you something, go for it. But if they just showing you shiny objects, how long you gonna keep letting yourself be deceived? Because that deception, that self is no longer deception, it's self-deception because you're choosing to follow the shiny. And at that point, you can't blame them no more. So you're good at calling everybody else a scammer, but that's because you don't want to call yourself a scam. You're scamming yourself at this point. Because now you know enough to know, stop going for the shiny and get some solid information. Only follow somebody who consistently will show you some ways and techniques that you can test on a demo account, not live, and see if it actually works. And if you can see that this is possible, then stick with that. Even if it requires you to study it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, because you're trying to make this into a lifetime career. So what is the point of avoiding a month or two of study? When you got hired at that job, depending on the type of job, they put you through a course and then put you next to mentorship. That took at least a month or so. And now you can do your job just like that. Matter of fact, you train people at your job. The same job you needed training, now give the trainer because you know that job like the back of your head because you put time and work in. But then you come over to Forex or the crypto world and you think you don't have to put no time in. And that is what destroyed your faith and your possibility. Because remember what I said the flaw was, you did it on your own. You the boss who wanted to floss. You didn't want no mentorship. You didn't want to pay to get educated. You wanted to do it on your own. Well, you got it. How does it feel, loved one? And you can stop this pain and step back into possibility when you say, I had enough of the way that I'm going about it. I will no longer go for the shiny. I will unsubscribe to everybody who keeps showing me shiny objects, but no education. And I'll be willing to put in the work. You know how many people came through our gates at Super Easy, bought our trading system, and I never in my life have ever charged a dime for my classes. Not a single time, not once. I have never charged for my classes. You just buy the trading system, and then we can, when I'm going through the classes, showing you setups and teaching you the ropes on how to use and this and that, you have the same system that I have. You got the exact same tools that I have. That's the only thing that require. I have never charged a dime for my class. You know how many people signed up, bought the trading system, and have never once come to the class? Not once. And these be the same people out there trying to do a review video on my trading system. Lazy behind people who never came to class. Not once did they look at the PDF. Not once did they look at the video tutorials. I took time to shoot these videos to step-by-step videos. How to install it. Here's what this part of it is supposed to do. Here's this component, how it's supposed to work. They not once did they look at the tutorial videos. And now they're out there doing reviews. I looked at one review that said, oh, he ain't got no contact page. But on my website, the About Us, and that's why we did the About Us. See, if you would have just simply clicked on the website, our contact information is right there. And I put it right here in all these videos that I've been doing for the last several years. But there was a review out there, oh, he has no contact information, but yet I'm here every week on these videos. Email address is right there. On our website, email address is on there, but they did a review saying, oh, he ain't got no contact information. See, see, part is scammers, but part is you. How bad do you want it? I'm always thrilled when students come to class and say, you know what, Uncle P, I was doing this on my own, but now I'm came to class. I just came to I just did 1 or 2 of your classes. And oh my God, I see it. I see it now. And all they needed was just a little bit of coaching. You on the right track, but did you pay attention to this? Remember, we do this. See, just a little coaching. You do it this way. I hired me a trainer at the gym. Now there's weights. I know how to lift a weight. But when I got with the trainer, he said, no, 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 no. He said, turn your wrist this way when you're doing lifts because it works this part of your bicep. So you got to turn your wrist up like this when you're doing, when you're doing these pullbacks with the weights. So you got to pull it back and hold it for 3 seconds right here. Because this is when you're working XYZ. Now, I've been lifting weights for years and ain't lost no weight. But I get with the trainer with the same exact weights, and he's saying, no, but you see, hold it right there. No, pull your wrist out a little bit more. Right there, stop right there. Now, when you pull it this way, with your wrist out this way, then it's gonna work XYZ correctly. See, what I needed was some mentorship because I wasn't that I didn't know how to lift weights, it was that I wasn't lifting them correctly. So the results that I was looking for, I wasn't getting. And after my first training with a real trainer who knew what he was talking about, I went home so sore it was ridiculous. But I also felt like Superman. I felt so buff, I wish my body reflected how I felt. I felt incredible. I felt like I got some real results. From the same gym I kept going to and getting nothing. He said, no, stop. You're going too fast. He said, do it once, count to 3 and hold it right there. And oh my God, my muscles were burning. I thought you had to do it real fast. He said, no, that ain't gonna work. You gotta do it slow and easy. Because the longer you holding that weight, the more pressure you're putting on the muscles, and that's gonna create that blood flow, and that's gonna create the this and that, and you need to take you a little bit of creatine to make sure that. See, I ain't know nothing about that. Same gym, same weights, but different knowledge. That's what you need. Remember I told you the original flaw of all traders is they start off trying to do it alone. And from there, you don't know what's truth from a lie. And that's why you gravitated to what was shiny, because it just appeared that this was what you wanted and you was gonna get it. But you didn't know for sure, baby. So you put yourself through all this pain and trouble because you avoided the one thing you needed: mentorship and a little bit of time to educate yourself. Somebody to tell you to not go fast, to hurry up and make $12,000 out of your $100 in 2 weeks. You trying to make 12 grand out of your $100 real quick. But a real coach will say, slow it down, baby. Slow it down. You'll get there. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow it down. Hold on. News event is coming out and you about to place a trade during the news event. Stop. The markets are about to reverse. Don't take those. Don't take that trade. Wait. It ain't what you see ain't wrong, but it ain't the right time yet, baby. The London market's about to close. And when the London market closes, it's about to go in a different direction. Do you about to wait. So you ain't never had that. So you're doing a lot of work with no results. You're doing a ton of trading every week. 20, 30, 40 trades a week and nothing to withdraw. Because your coach would have told you don't take that many trades if you ain't profitable, because every trade you open, the broker is eating away at your spreads. They call it the broker spreads. The broker is charging you by pips for every trade you open. And yes, they advertise low spreads, but that's on the Euro USD, where they know most traders will be gravitating to. But they didn't tell you that when you're trading the GBP NZD or the GBP CHF, they're going to charge you about 4 pips per trade. And you taking 20 trades a week. 20 times 4 is 80 pips that you done paid just to your broker. So even if you did accomplish making 80 pips at the end of the week, you got to remember 80 pips went to the broker. So you still went back and did nothing for the week because you was pumping too fast, baby. You pumping too fast, baby. So you didn't have no coach to tell you to pay attention to that. The coach would have told you, don't ever open a trade at the beginning of the new trading day. Well, I got this new strategy. I learned that, okay, when the candle closes at the end of the day, at the very next candle, you want to jump in. No, you don't. Ever. Because at the beginning of the new trading day, it ain't about the strategy. It's about the broker. The brokers will open their spreads not at 5 pips like normal, but they can open it 5. They can open them spreads on average. Watch it today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the market opens today. Watch the broker spread. They open up things by 10, 15, 20, and even 30 pips for the first hour. That's why they call it amateur hour, because the amateurs don't know no better. And you're hopping your buddy in with your new shiny strategy you got at the first hour of the trading day. And now you put on a 10 pip stop loss, but the broker spread was 30 pips. So as soon as that candle moved 1 pip, you were knocked out of the trade. And you're like, what the freaking heck, man? Oh my, it was you, baby. You didn't get a coach. You're trying to dominate in an arena that been around before you were born. And you thinking you just gonna hop up in this thing. You need education. And when you get that education, you're gonna be awesome. So that 10% that's never left you, every time you said you were going to quit, and I'm going to close with this. Every time you said you were going to quit, there was a little 10% in the back of your head saying, but it's possible. That has never left you. No matter how many times you said you're going to quit, it's been sitting there saying, but it's possible. 90% of you is full of doubt and fear and anguish and pain and skepticism, but 10% is still there saying, but it's possible. You know what the 10% know that the 90% of you don't know at this point? It's very possible, but just not the way you're going about it. And if you fix the way you're going about it, this 10% can grow to 20, and this 20% can go to 30. So you can bring your faith from phase 1 of possibility right on back, but you have to stop doing what you've been doing. Because as long as you continue to seek process, what they say, doing the same things but expecting different results, what do they call that? Insanity. Insanity is doing the same routine but expecting different results. And you have to stop. Now again, there are a lot of mentors out there. Let me give you my preference of if I had to start all over again, what would I do? And this is why I do what I do, to be honest with you. But again, I'm telling you up front, you ain't got to go with me, go with anybody. But if I had to start it all over again, I would always go with whoever's selling whatever software, trading system, whatever it is. But do you have continuing education? Not just an email for questions, but continuing education. Is there a way for me to learn from you continuously? Because I need somebody to hold my hand until I get it. Even in our signal service, most traders want to be scalpers because it's the fastest money. That is why we have 2 components even in our signal service, and this was on purpose. Because yes, you can receive signals, that's one part of it, but most traders want to be what? Scalpers, because it's fast money. I get it. So that's the reason why we said, no, we're going to provide a live educational course where you're taking trades live with Miss Jenny so you can learn the process every week. Signals, you can make some money, cool. But since the majority of traders have a scalper's mentality, let's provide education for them so that they will get scalp trades, but you're going to learn how and when to do it because you're going to be under the mentorship of a professional who does it. You won't be left, what? Alone. If you want to trade with the simplicity system, then it comes with the classes. Why? Because the classes, every week, I'm there to not only show you techniques, strategies, this and that, because our system was built to be versatile, whether you want to trade with the trend or do reversals, that's fine. Either way, we have strategies for that, but I also will give you online classes where you can be there learning from me, but then I also open it up and take questions from all of my students to make sure I'm answering you one-on-one to make sure that I'm addressing your concerns, questions, to make sure you are learning something every week. So had I done it all over again, I would have done it that way. I would have went with whoever. It doesn't have to be me, but I would go with any program that offers ongoing education. Not just a trading system, not just an indicator, but do you offer me some education until I can get it? Just like when you started a job, they put you with somebody who was successful. You sat next to them for a little while, and then after a while, you got it. You didn't have to sit with them at this time. Some of you guys are training people now, but you started off sitting next to somebody. See, you got it. Then you went on and did your thing. That's what I would have done. So if I have any advice, stop trying to do it on your own. You will be your own boss, but just not yet. Not in the new arena. Learn the ropes first. Stay in the demo account for at least a month or two. And when you can slowly, because see, some of you guys, let me say this and I'm done. Some of you guys, when I say flip a demo account, here's what you do wrong. You take a couple of trades that you over leverage and you doubled your little $100,000 or $50,000 demo account to $100,000 on 2 trades and you think you good. No, you didn't. You lucked up on 2 good trades and then that's it. When I say demo account, I mean you've tested it in a demo account for at least a month or so. And you slowly, progressively had historical data showing proof that, hey, I've taken X amount of trades every week. And here's what my total is at the end of the month. And I can see, yes, this is something I can grow with a nice slow percentage. And if that's the case, then go ahead and do your thing. That's changing your ways, okay? All right, you guys, I'm actually not home. I'm out of town. My wife is upstairs waiting for me, but again, I love my wife because she knows this is important to me to teach you guys, just to kind of veer you away from the pain that I went through. Some of it was my own fault. A lot of it wasn't my fault. But either way it goes, it doesn't matter. If I'm going to try to do something, I have to figure it out. And so I'm just doing this video just to tell you the truth about what the journey really is all about. This is the real journey. And nobody says nothing. So I've told you what the pain part was. I told you what I would have done differently had I started over, which would have cut years of pain and loss of funds and refilling my trading account every single week. All that stuff, it would have been gone if I would have done exactly what I just told you. Just go to a service, which, by the way, let me say this, and this is the truth. If you take my advice on what I'm telling you, you will find that it will cut out approximately, hear me good, this is a blessing. It will cut out about 90% of the videos you're subscribing to, 90 to 95%. Why? Because in this Forex arena, now there's others, but in the Forex arena, there are only a handful of actual good traders that I even know, and some of them I work with, that I know they actually have good intentions for you and they want to give you ongoing education. Very few. So therefore, just this video alone, if you really take heed to what I'm saying, will automatically cut you off of the bad treadmill that 90% of all Forex traders are going through. Because only a handful of services are out there where they actually will sell your trading system and then you can meet with them every week or whatever, or provide some form of updated education to make sure that you're understanding and growing on your journey. Only a few. So if you reduce the list just to that, can you imagine how much easier your journey is going to be moving forward? Just off of just that alone, whether it's me or somebody else. But there's very few who's doing what I'm doing because majority of them don't care. They can care less about you. Being honest. I'm just being honest. I know them. A lot of them, I actually know them. They really don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They ain't tripping. So take my advice. Find any service who has ongoing education, of some sort, whether they do it through YouTube, Facebook, where they offer weekly classes. I don't care what it is, but you can clearly follow along with them. And they're going to be willing to put in some time and effort after you've bought their stuff, and they're willing to put in some time and effort into teaching you, then go with them. Go with that person. I'm telling you, that will cut you. That's your journey. Everything that I've said about your pain journey and dealing with scammers and this and that, automatically you're going to cut off about 90% of that off your journey. 90% is going to be gone just off of this piece of advice alone. So what would I have told myself? Stop trying to do it on my own and stop going for the shiny objects. Go for the people who saying, put this work in and you're going to succeed. That's what I would have done. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. If you're in my class, I'll see you in class on Tuesday. I will be back in my office on Tuesday to make sure I'm here for class for you guys. So I look forward to talking with you. Enjoy the video. Let me leave a comment below. Let me know if you like the video. I just really want your feedback to make sure I'm helping everybody out. And again, hit the like and subscribe button if you like what I'm talking about so that when I'm doing videos, you can get them instantly. Okay, bye.